Welcome to Teaching Truth. It was September 2002 and I was faced with a dilemma. Should I stay or should I go? Should I stay and remain in Ayr Baptist Church, where I had been since 1987, or should I go and be part of the daughter church, the church plant from Ayr Baptist Church that was Southside Christian Fellowship? Should I stay or should I go was the dilemma that was facing me. Over the coming months, I wrestled with that decision and eventually came to the decision in May 2003 that I had to move on. And with a heavy heart, but with much love and respect for my former pastor, to whom I spoke and who was very understanding, I moved on from Ayr Baptist Church and became part of Southside Christian Fellowship for 3 years, which followed that. It involved me leaving what I would have termed the safe place. You see, I was comfortable in many respects in Ayr Baptist Church. I had served as a deacon. I was on the board of directors for our residential and care home, Airlie House. It was good to be part of the boat in many respects that was Ayr Baptist Church, which I look back on now with many fond and precious memories, and for the teaching and counsel that I received from a great pastor who remains a friend to this day. But for me to move to Southside Christian Fellowship and to grow and to flourish as I did there in many ways, not least in my understanding of the work and person of the Holy Spirit, it involved me forgetting the boat that I was in, forgetting the safe place and as it were, stepping out of the boat in obedience to Jesus' call. Seeing the wind involves forgetting the boat and forgetting the safe place. If we are to go forward with Jesus, there will be challenges, there will be dilemmas, there will be decisions to be made and dilemmas to be thought through, such as I experienced in moving on from Ayr Baptist Church to Southside Christian Fellowship, a decision which did not come easily and a dilemma that I truly wrestled with in my heart and mind for not a small number of months. My life, in a sense, was buffeted by that decision and buffeted by the thought of what might people think and is this the right thing to do? And eventually I had to come to that place of putting my foot over the side of the boat and moving towards where Jesus wanted me to be. And only once I did that did I find the peace and the rightness of that decision. Seeing the wind involves forgetting the safe place. And perhaps God is challenging you today as he challenged me, that notwithstanding the wind, notwithstanding the challenges and the dilemmas that you may be encountering or facing, notwithstanding the storm that may be swirling around you, actually, it is about forgetting the safe place. It's about stepping out from that safe place. Peter stepped out from that safe place, the boat that he was in. The 11 other disciples regarded it as a safe place because they were, in a sense, sheltered from the storm by remaining in the boat. It would have been very easy for me and very comfortable to have remained in the boat that was Ayr Baptist Church, but God was calling me, as it were, to step out of the boat and to discover new oceans with him. And only once I put my foot out of the boat and forgot the boat that I was in that sense, did I then discover the adventure that Jesus wanted to take me on. Peter had to forget the boat. He had to forget what the other 11 disciples might have thought of him. He had to forget the comfort that he would probably have enjoyed being in the boat. He had to forget the safe place. And is God maybe speaking to you today, nudging you to get out the boat? Not the boat of your church, but the boat of a circumstance you may be in, or a relationship that you may be involved with. We need to forget the boat sometimes. We need to forget the safe place. And we need to sometimes take that risk and to step out to be where Jesus is. Yes, we will encounter the wind. We will be buffeted by the storm. We will feel those challenges. We will experience emotionally and physically and mentally and humanly those dilemmas, such as I experienced in my experience of moving from Ayr to Southside. Seeing the wind involves forgetting the safe place. It can be nice and comfortable and cozy to remain in the boat, but we'll never experience all that Jesus has for us if we remain where it's comfortable and cozy. We need to step out. We need to feel that wind, that breeze on our spiritual face. We need to forget the safe place. Step out of the boat and go for it with Jesus. Because only when we do that, only when we forget the safe place, only when we forget that boat that we're in, can we then truly move towards Jesus and begin that adventure with him.